Hi everyone, happy Monday. I hope you are staying warm inside on this cold April day. Hopefully all your plants aren't dying outside like I'm worried about mine. Welcome back. I'm excited to have a opportunity to talk to you guys through a video presentation so there's no interruptions, but I also will be here if you guys have any questions after the presentation's over. And quite honestly, our goal today is to get a greater understanding around the grades, rubrics, and overarching goal for your senior project for the rest of this trimester. My biggest goal for you guys is that you pick a senior project that brings you joy. No matter what, at the end of this, I hope that you can look back when you're in August and this is all over, when you're 20 and this is a couple years ago, or when you're my age, you're like, what was my senior project? And you think back and you're like, oh yeah, we had that horrible coronavirus and then I chose to do, and then you fill in the blank. So the main goal here is that you pick something that obviously will bring you joy. And as I read through your guys' executive summaries that you either just copy and pasted because it's not that dissimilar than your old one, or if you thought creatively of how you can make this time amazing, I'm just really proud of you. And I've had such fun looking through and responding to all of you guys, and I can't wait to see where you can make some positive action, whether that's just for yourself, it's for your family, or that you're just pursuing something that you're genuinely interested in. So today, I just want to welcome you guys back. Happy Monday. Navigate through the website, show you where everything's located, talk to you about how your grades are going to look, at least for the next couple of weeks, offer you some extra credit, and then I will be here. I'm available on Teams. Just wanted to get all of this out there uninterrupted so that it's easy for you guys to access. So wanted to just shout out, it looks like the majority of us have taken time to complete the survey, and almost 50% of us are able to stick to our original plan, which is great if it worked for you, but honestly, if it didn't, I'm so pumped that over a third of you are pursuing a passion project, and some of you are diving into the coronavirus in depth, an outreach project, and some of you have just created really cool versions of this project that I just can't wait to see what happens. So I'm going to walk through this on my computer, and then when you hang up this video or you can pause it, you can open up these different tabs on your screen. The tabs that you're going to need today is your Civic Senior Project website, and you can have it clicked on just general eSchool. You're also going to need Google Classroom, and I'll talk about that next. But the first thing I'm going to talk about is where everything's located when you're navigating through the website. So on the front page, if you go trimester 3 and then you just click on eSchool, you don't click anything else, this will pop up, and this is what I hope provides you with a ton of the information that you're going to need. You've already went through this last week where we talked about dates, when your senior project presentations will be, what some of your options for the project are, and an overwhelming amount of you have already submitted your executive summary, which was due at noon last Friday. But if you are still just kind of gathering your thoughts and collecting those, please just turn it in. I won't penalize you for being late. I just really want you to pick something that you care about and that you're excited to do. Right beneath here is your rubric for the senior project. Now, some things have stayed the same and a few things have changed. So one, we've talked a little bit of how your senior project can still reflect elements of your Ikigai and your element, and I'm just excited to see where this takes you over the next couple of weeks through the process of that, but then also that your product is evidence of that. Next, your presentation will be a 20% part of your actual senior project. You will create the presentation with me. There isn't like a template that says here's exactly how your presentation should be, because honestly, after talking to you guys and reading all your executive summaries, you're doing pretty different projects, and so I want to make sure that your presentation reflects what makes sense for you. It'll be about 8 to 12 minutes long. You'll invite 2 other students and another adult. Invite your parents, invite as many people as you want, but definitely don't overcrowd the chat so that we're all competing to talk and hear from you. So the next is that you are using, instead of class time, you're using the next couple of weeks your time management logs, you are asking me questions, if you still have a mentor or any other people that you're using as resources, and that you're just working throughout these next couple of weeks. It's electronic, so it'll be 4 to 5 hours per week on your own time or during this class time. Remember that we aren't going to be officially meeting every single day. You meet on Mondays so that I can give an overview of the week and check in with you guys, and I will physically be here. But you're going to notice that after this presentation, I'm going to have you guys sign up, because a one-on-one checkpoint is going to serve as a more meaningful class time type of opportunity than just us all being in a 100% chat. Next over here, you'll notice that the high quality product that you guys are putting together is something that is meaningful to you. When the original product was constructed, you guys worked on that in Try 2 and you made essential questions. Right now we're just redrafting those executive summaries to say, what is this project about and how does it make sense for me? Okay? And then finally at the end of this, you will do a reflection where you are going to complete a quick form that just has you reflect on how you worked throughout these next couple of weeks, as well as what feedback you were given and how you reacted to some of that feedback. So down at the bottom, remember we're still just on this eSchool main page on the website, just kind of overviews as a reminder, what are the grades for this trimester. So right now we have 4 P&P grades. Every Friday, you update your time management log. We'll go in a minute where that is located. It's in Google Classroom. You do not need to ever hit submit. And the reason why I'm just having it as one ongoing document is so you're not getting confused and you don't have 4 different documents that you're trying to submit all separately. It's just one simple document and you update that one regularly. If you're working in a group, each student will submit one of these individually because you guys should be doing different work, but some of your work overlaps. So if the 2 of you are working on a website together and you both got on to the computer and you set up a Teams call and you did that, you would log that, but you would log it separately and just say that you did it together. So there's also 4 formatives that you'll be evaluated on over the next couple weeks, and the first one is to sign up for your first one-on-one conversation. I'll show you what that is in a second after I go through what each other week is. But week 2, we will be revising your executive summary and brainstorming how you want your presentation to look like. Week 3, you're going to create a draft of your presentation, and then week 4, you'll sign up for your final one-on-one conversation where I'm actually going to give you some feedback on how that final presentation looks. Still waiting to hear back from the home office and buyers just in terms of like what grades will the final project and presentation be, but stay tuned. So if you click on this sign up and attend first one-on-one meeting, you will sign up for a time that works for you between now and basically this week and next week. So I have 10-minute slots and I hope to get all of you in a 10-minute slot. You can also sign up with your partner or with your partners if that works for you. If you'd rather not, I would be happy to jump on a one-on-one conversation with you, but just do make sure that by the end of today, you've signed up for a time that you're going to talk with me. Again, there isn't anything that you need to prepare just yet for that conversation. Just sign up so that we can meet. So the way to look is if I'm signing up, let's say I want to have my meeting on the 21st at 2 p.m., I would sign up and it'll turn red, and that just indicates that it's taken and that no one else can take your spot. By having this done for me by the end of today, I'll be able to send out those invitations and make sure that we are having a Teams meeting together and that you have the time and space to talk to me, to ask me any questions that you need, and that also I can get a pulse check on how you're doing with your project and if you need any support. All right. This also is the same location where your last one-on-one conversation will happen, but don't sign up for that yet. Don't worry about that. And then I'll also be entering in a lot of our final presentations. The times obviously changed because we're no longer on the same schedule. So I'll be putting this in here so that everything is just in one location and you're not sifting through a whole bunch of different documents. So I mentioned that I would be showing you where the Google Classroom time management logs are located. Sorry, Jenna, pulled yours up. So inside of Google Classroom, you will see that you have been assigned an assignment, a time management log, and this you will just complete as you do things. So, or maybe you set aside and you say like, my goal for this week is to work this day, this day, this day, this day. I'm not going to be checking these until Friday. So if you type in a bunch of stuff today and you're like, these are just my goals for the week, but then you don't actually type in any details of what you do, just remember that I'll be looking at these on Friday and probably having conversations if I notice that they're empty or if I'm confused or if they don't make sense. But imagine that you're spending about 4 to 5 hours a week on average on your project, so about 20 hours for the rest of this year. And this is just evidence of you documenting that. If it was me and I was working on the example mural project that I talked to you guys about, I'd probably take some images of the progress that I made, not only for my personal, like, oh, this is cool that I'm making this progress, but also so that when I give my final presentation, I can kind of show the progress that was made. This might look really differently if you're not doing something that's visual. Let's say you're doing like a meditation practice and you want to just log how you're feeling. Just type those things in. It's just to help you for the next 4 to 5 weeks show the progress that you're making on the thing that's bringing you passion, bringing you joy, and that you're having be a focus for you. All right, so we have covered the time management logs. We've talked about where you need to sign up for your one-on-one conversations. And so let's just talk through where anything else could be located on this website. So last week, again, I'm going to go through this really slow. Last week, when we met together, I showed you that things will be posted week by week here. I'm going to post it as many places as possible just to make sure that I don't miss anyone or confuse anyone. But here was the information from last week. And so we had the slideshow, you had the information that you needed, as well as the project survey that you guys all completed. Thank you. And so this is for this week. And for a lot of it, it's just reiterating what I've already said. But I did want to talk about your extra credit opportunity because I am definitely attending and can't wait to give you guys some extra credit. But this week, the grades, again, you'll have 2. 1, you complete your time management log. I check those on Fridays. And then by the end of today, if you could please sign up for your first one-on-one conversation. You don't get a grade for signing up. You get a grade once we've had the conversation. So you'll be like, oh, when is that grade going to go in? For some of us, it'll happen tomorrow. And for some of us, it'll happen in a week and a half whenever we have that conversation. So the extra credit that I want to advertise, I talked about this a little bit on Monday of last week, but Global Citizen is hosting an amazing event. It's on Saturday, so if you want to attend, please take a picture on Saturday and say that you attended. But it's called One World Together at Home, and it's completely free. So if you saw Bohemian Rhapsody and you're thinking about like, oh, this sounds like Live Aid, where it's all these different artists and performers from all over the world coming together to put together support. Live Aid, you had to like donate and call in. The mega stars are the ones that are donating, and so you'll see a list of all the different people along with Lady Gaga. She is the one that's kind of hosting the event along with Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, and Stephen Colbert. But it's just a great way to support our frontline healthcare workers and the World Health Organization, who this fundraiser is for. So I know they've already raised $35 million, and I know that the numbers keep coming in because this is just such a cool thing. And so come together this Saturday, watch the concert. This is where you sign up. They'll send you a link to be part of this event, and it should be really exciting. I know they're also going to have athletes, and it won't just be music. So if you're like, oh, I don't really care about music, it sounds like it's going to have a lot more than just music. So that takes us back to just making sure that we've covered everything that we said we were going to cover for today. I hope this was helpful for you guys. My goal was to keep it 15 minutes or less, that you can pause it, you can watch it again if you missed anything. I want to be available for you all on Teams so that if there's anything that you have a question about, that I can answer that for you. But otherwise, miss you. Hope that everything's going okay at home. I know this is a really, really hard time, and I was thinking about you seniors so much this Saturday when it was supposed to be your senior prom, and I'm still keeping my fingers crossed that they can figure out a time to replace that date for you, because you truly deserve it. You're an amazing group of people, and I feel so fortunate to have the pleasure of working with you all. Please let me know if you need anything.